Hello everybody, this is the 12 noon. I'm not ready. I'm not ready yet. Plus I haven't sent you a prompt message for the 12 noon. So here it is now. 12 noon approaching. Look, it looks like I'm sitting on that football. 12 noon approaching. Any minute now. Come on for a preamble and excuse the banging in the background. We've got the bathroom people here. So that's the best I can do for a bit of a pre-snack prompt and a nudge. It's 59 already. I've just literally sat there and thought, I'm sure Bex is, no, maybe she's not, maybe it's me. So I had to check, and it is me. Bex will be with you for the 4 p.m. Oh, so I'm kind of hoping that one of the work chaps doesn't come down the stairs and want to talk to me just yet. You might, can you hear them in the background, Odile? Hi, hello, good afternoon, you're first in. Can you hear them banging in the background? I think my whole back of the house is falling down. It is quite a good alarm calling for Neve and Willow though. I don't know what, Willow's brushed my hair. It doesn't look very straight, does it? Just noticed that. I've got my head on wonky, look, by the looks of things. Okay, so here's Christine, here's Odile, here's George, here's Mrs. P. Just got in from Pilates. I know, 3, 2, 1 nudge already. We'll give you a moment longer because I was running a tad late. Flying by the seat of one's pants. Yes, Odile, I did say that I was on the 4 p.m. But then about 3.5 minutes ago, I said, am I on the 4 p.m? So I backtracked on Bex's messages to me and discovered that I was running late. Christine's got some good news. It's sunny, really sunny. She's put down in Penzance. You might be having the best of it at the moment. Send a bit up here. We need to dry out our grass pitches. We were tempted to try and enter a water polo league by the looks of things, but I think slowly but surely they're getting there. Anyway, shall we do a 12 noon? I haven't got any shoes on. I've just got my socks on still from this morning. So just do your shoelaces up, pull your shoes up, tuck your heels into your shoes, something like that, to make sure that they're secure on your feet. And here we are, 3, 2, 1. Good afternoon, welcome. This is the 12 noon. I feel like a newsreader just then I did. You're with me, Kelsey Leverton, for today's movement snack. This is where the variety comes into our movement snack selection of moves. Afternoon Carolyn as well. The date, it's the Monday, the 8th of the January 2024. Shall we? A resource manager sounds splendid. Thanks, George. Oh, look, my chairs are in the wrong place. I need that one over here and this one as my external support. So let's just do a quick switch around there. Stand tall or sit tall, wherever you would like to start circ boosting from. You know the drill, up tall, straight, bit of an extra couple of inches out of your height, lengthen your spine and pedaling away with the legs. You might want to get leg marches straight in. You might want to get arms straight in, but build them in. Have a moment or so at each stage if you'd prefer. And just get into it. Get into steady pace. Be aware of how you're holding yourself. Be aware of how you're moving, fixing at the elbows, driving the elbows back, swinging at the shoulders. All of those things come into making our arm swings efficient, effective. And down at leg level, we don't want the knees coming up too high. We don't want to feel like it's too slow and pausey. We want a rhythmical, flowing action. Oh, I need to add some arms in, don't I, whilst I'm sat here as well. Seated on and standing, keep going with that. At any point you can switch your positioning depending on what feels good for you, and we've got access always to some external support. Heavy piece of furniture, a more solid fixed structure. Are you feeling it? Are you feeling the effects of our circulation booster? A little bit warmer in the muscles, in the joints, a little bit deeper with the breathing, just that. Nothing more, nothing less. Right, so let's have a look at some reactive steps today. Now, with reactive steps, have some space around you to the forward, side and back areas. Have some external support to the side of you, and it's going to be this nearest leg that's going to be our standing or stabilising leg. The other leg's going to be the active leg. So just take, it can be of various differing sizes, just take a bit of a step, maybe a small one to the front, and then maybe a larger one. Maybe go on a bit of a diagonal from there. On these larger ones out to the side, still make sure you've got access to external support, a slight diagonal back, and maybe into a bit more of a knee bend there. Go round once again. So a couple of times, small into a slightly larger step if you'd like, and then take a steady turn around and have a go on the other side. And whilst you get on with that, stand-uppers, here's seated options. So again, we can do a small step. We try and pick up as much as we can from what the standing options are. Diagonal small, diagonal big, side small, and then we've got a bit of a shift and a transfer of weight there, and then stepping out and a slightly bigger diagonal back step. Could see you take your knees quite wide apart. And then up on the other side, we've got a shift and a transfer of weight, more so on the bigger step. I'm always keeping this foot flat, and there's the opening out of the knees of that diagonal back step and back. Feel free to hold on to the side of your chair or use your thigh of the staying still leg to just support your upper body. And then on that wider, more diagonal back step, there'll be a bit more of a swizz of your hips required there. So maybe take a hold on the side of your chair to facilitate that movement. So around 2 times over with those different steps, and take a pause when you're there. So reactive steps, we might need to step a bit quicker at any point in walking. It might be that you've actually took a bit of a balance challenge and you need to correct that balance challenge. It might be that you need to quickly move your feet to get out of somebody's way when you're in a busy area. So yes, we go at one pace generally, but we need to be able to quicken our our ability to step in multiple differing directions, depending on where we are, what we're doing and what's happening around us. Now let's take this into a slightly different challenge now. So we're going to come up into a balance challenge via raising the heels. So if you want to do a few preparatory heel raises, have your weight distributed right over your big toe and the second toe. And that will you'll feel like your weight's going straight down your leg there, and your ankles are more steady and stable. If the weight goes over into the little toes, you get this flaring and bowing of the ankles, which might feel more unsteady and it might be more uncomfortable. So just be aware of that as you come up and down. In seated, do exactly the same. Have your hands on your thighs, up and down, just thinking of the mobility qualities here. And in standing, you've got more load over your legs, so you're lifting essentially a bit more of your body weight as well. And what we're going to do from here is come up and quickly stomp down, get into your heels, dig the heels down into soft knee bends there. So lift, pause for a second, and then let it drop. But let your hips drop, the knees bend as well, so we're not kind of rigid in the legs. Now in standing, that can be a heel raise into a front foot drop. And you can do that on each side, coming forwards or maybe on that slight diagonal, the better directions to take there. Have a few goes at that. Now in seated, we're going to take a drop and then just some springs on the spot. So maybe 3 or 4 springs. Lift up, drop. You might want to change a bit of your body weight there, so when you drop your heels, you can feel the body weight just kind of pushing the legs and the heels down more. And then do a bit of springing on the spot. And then a bit of springing and a bit of bounciness through the balls of the feet, the calf muscles, the ankles getting involved there too. Give us a second, hang on, I've got the workman. I'm just doing a Facebook Live. That's all right. I told you someone would come down. Right, how's that for you? Okay, last thing to do then for today. Let's get our tea towel. Well, this is not so much a tea towel, but just a bit of material. Take a bit of a rolling action. Okay, so grip and draw your hand down. Grip and draw your hand down. Grip and just pull it through your hands. This is a good grip. This is a fixer grip, but it's able to move the material through your hands. Do a little bit of snapping. Maybe take one hand up and one hand down, a little bit of up-down snapping, and then swap in sides as well. Those of you in standing might prefer to come into seated just to focus on the snapping actions here, or you might just nudge up to something to give you a bit more contact with external support, and so you have to bother less about your balance. Just do maybe 3 or 4 in a few different grips, and then have a go at a little bit of a tying action. This gets your fingers, your thumbs, your pincer grips working, and then we've got to unpick it as well. Maybe back to a few snippety snaps. Make sure that your your face is out the way to those snaps, pulling through. A few more of those, maybe in some different directions, and then back to a little bit of knotting and bowing if you've got enough material to bow with. Let's have a look. Can I get a bow out of this? A little tighter knot there where you push your finger through, pull it round, and then let's have a look at my best bow. Fingers working, lots of picking, gripping, pincering, lumbricals working there as well. A little bit of arm work and shoulder work too. And that's what we've got for today's movement snack, everyone. Just a little bit of an extra knot. There we go. For tying, laces, fingertip work to fasten buttons and clasps and belts, and gripping to pull your belt a bit tighter. Loads of stuff, holding stuff in the kitchen, in the bathroom, needle and threading, crafting work. All of those things require finger, hands, thumb movement and dexterity and precision. So there we've got your movement snack for the 12 noon today. I'll sit here corrected and say Bexy's on the 4 p.m. now, not me. You won't be seeing me on the 4 p.m. But whatever you're up to for the rest of the day, people, have a good one. I'm going to have a look to see what's been going on in the bathroom. It sounds like most of the wall has come down, as well as the tiles. Pictures will be incoming, I'm sure they will. Thanks everyone. Carol, Curtis, Carol Watson, Pat Haynes, Gillian, Chris, Carolyn, George, Lauren, let's see, Gillian again, Odile, Christine Rowland. It seems to be loads of Christines and Carols, and I think that's everybody. Apologies if I've missed everybody on that quick scroll. Have a good day. See you later.